Alright, so today I may be making a video on the swarm that's in this trap, and the only reason I'm going to make this video, possibly, is because I want to show you a mistake I probably have made. This swarm trap had been up a while, and I'm pretty sure that this swarm has been in it for 2 or 3 weeks. I normally would not let it go that long, but I had every intention of someone was going to purchase it from me, and I had every intention of getting it to them, and we just couldn't get together on it. My time was scarce, and it just kept on staying. So, man, there's a ton of pollen going in. So I'm thinking today, when I open this up to put it over in a permanent hive, I may very well end up having the biggest mess ever, because they probably have started building on the bottoms of the frames that I had in there. So if that's the case, I'm going to show you what I do about that. Let me see if I can get a little close without getting popped. Look at all that pollen. A lot of pollen. I mean, the nectar flow is on right now, but that is a lot of pollen. That's exciting. So I'm going to open this thing up and see what we got, and we'll go from there. All right, for starters, I'm going to open up the lid and see what we got. We'll take a look to see what I'm going to be working with. I'm hoping and thinking there's probably going to be a lot of bees in here. Like I said, it looked like a pretty good swarm, and they've been in there a while. So let's get this open and see what we're looking at, and then we'll get busy. Of course, my #1 priority is trying to find the queen right off the bat so I can set her aside, and so I won't cause her any harm. So let me get this open. I'll be right back. All right, sounds wonderful. Of course, let's get my little bag. This was my bag with my bait on it. See if we can get the close-ups without getting the sun down there. That looks impressive. I see some drones. I see some new comb. Gosh, I'm just hoping that I don't have them stuck with comb on the bottoms. If I do, that's just my fault. All right, let me get this camera set up so I can work with 2 hands. All right, let's pull up this first frame, see what we're looking for. I'm obviously going to be looking for the queen for starters, so I'm going to go to the far left, see what we got here. I'm hoping that they have not built on the bottom of these frames, because it is my fault. I have left them in here a long time. Okay, they have not, but they have been built. This is beautiful, because let me look, make sure there's no queen on here before I start getting it closer to you. This is pure built. This was foundationless. They have started this from scratch, so I've got to be careful. I don't have a wire in there. I should. Let me just look around a little bit for the queen before I give you a total close-up of it. Beautiful comb, a lot of bee bread, a lot of pollen in there. So this is the comb on the very end. They are doing great. I don't see the queen on here. I'm always leery just to sling it around with them on there. There's a lot down there on the bottom. Let's see what's going on there. Knock them off. All right, so what we're looking at here, this is a beautiful frame of drawn out comb that they have done from scratch. There was no foundation in this. It was just an empty frame. I didn't even have a starter strip in it, but they have built this out. This is beautiful. A lot of, let's get on up there and see if you can see the pollen in there. Pollen, the bee bread, beautiful colors. It's that way on both sides. So let me go ahead and set this in here. I'm gonna move it over to the permanent hive. And when you're doing this, you want to make sure that you keep your frames in the exact same order that they come out of the swarm with, because out of the trap with, because they're used to that. They've already got their avenues, their little highways built, and they're used to it. I should have took this off to get it out of the way. So far, so good. Looks good. Let's go to the next one. It's even built out even more. This should be interesting. I promise you that I'll try not to make this video so long. I will try to learn how to cut out some of this so you don't have to see me, or at least I can speed it up so you don't have to watch me doing all this grunt work. But let's see. Come up real gently. Looking good. Oh boy, I see some brood on that next one. I see some brood. I see brood on this one. All right, let me look for the queen real quick. Good gosh, she's been doing great. A lot of brood on this one. That is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. This is just one of the benefits of swarm trapping. And there's drawbacks to swarm trapping, but I didn't have to pay a dime for this. I spent a little time doing it. And sometimes you get some swarms that ain't worth keeping, but at least you didn't pay for them. So I gotta be real careful. This is not, all right, so I'll cut some of this out, I promise you, so you don't have to stare at me, staring at these frames. I'd like to find the queen. Plenty of brood on this. Plenty of brood. Once again, I don't see her on here, but I may go back through it again in a minute. But I will not subject you to the punishment of watching me do that. Of course, you could always just fast forward, I guess, but here's this one. Okay, there's a glare on the screen. I hope you can see it. There's some a lot of good looking bees, a lot of brood on both sides. So far so good. They're even putting some honey up in the top frames. A lot of fresh brood there. So let's go ahead and set this one down in here. There we go. Slide it up against that one without squishing anybody. All right, this next one, wow. It is just, it looks like it is tapped out with brood. So maybe the queen will be on this one. And I can get her out of the way and also show you. This looks pretty. This looks good. Looks good. Yeah. Wow. I need y'all to quit hanging on there, girls. Let me move this over here so I can. Make sure the queen wasn't in that dump. This is an absolute beautiful frame. This may be one of the best swarms I've ever caught in the area of the queen being this productive. This is this whole side is just about capped brood. I'm excited about this hive. This swarm catch. This might be one of my better swarm catches. And ask me how much I paid for it. Well, how much did you pay for it? I didn't pay anything for it. I put swarm traps together. Look, this side is solid brood too. I'm in love with her. But I'm not seeing her still. Not seeing her still. Let me look one more time. I'll learn how to fast forward through some of this. Where are you? I'd like to meet you. Let me get the right sunlight going. Not seeing her. Flip this up. And I brought some rubber bands and a sharp razor blade with full intentions on me having to cut some of this stuff off the bottom. I thought they'd been in there so long they had built on the bottom. I don't see her on this frame either, but this is a beautiful frame. Let me come over there to you. Look this side. I hope you can see it. Look at all that beautiful brood on both sides. So this frame is just loaded with it. Loaded with the brood. Maybe the camera's in focus. Let's see, if I pulled it out this way, then it needs to go this way. I may have messed up on one of those other frames. I may have put it in there the wrong direction, but maybe they'll, as long as all the frames go back in the same slot, 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess the next number will be 5. I'm surprised I don't see her on this frame. That is so beautiful. It's so exciting. I imagine when these really start hatching out, I'm going to have to watch this one because this is going to go to a, this is going to need a medium super pretty quick, probably. At least that's my hopes. It looks very promising that it's going to. The frame is very snug. All right, let's try the next one. There's such a glare on that camera. I have no idea if I'm in view. I hope I am. If not, then I'm just talking to myself, and that's not always the best thing in the world. But anyway, let's see. Boy, this one. Oh, yes, I am going to. All right, here, I've screwed up. All right, I'll have to show you. That's going to be fun. That's going to be a lot of fun showing you that part. I've got a couple of medium frames stuck down in here, and they have built on the bottom. Holy crap, it's going to be a mess. Well, all right. I'm going to be doing the video that I thought I was going to be doing. Let me see if I can find the queen on this one. Because now that I'm going to be digging around in some of it, I really wish I knew where she was. Let me see. I don't see her. This is fresh. I mean, this was a foundationless. This was all foundation. Let me look for her on this side. Where are you? I'm not seeing her on this one either. Although sometimes they sure can be sneaky. Still, it's beautiful. Yeah, I don't see her, but I'll show you. Another good frame, got a lot of brood. There's some honey going up top. Still more space for them to build. I wish they'd continue building there instead of where they've built. So, let me get this done. But this is my fault. It's totally my fault. I left it in here too long. But I may have said on other videos, sometimes you just can't get to it all. My gosh. Holy crap, I can't even see what they've done here. This is very odd, but no, okay, so it's a large frame, but looks like they have, good gosh, I can't tell what's happened here. All right, let me pull it up and take a look. So, somehow, I am not sure how, because I have no idea where this stick came from. But I've got a stick on this. Let me look for the queen real quick. What is all this crap? I'm telling you, the bees are so efficient, and they want to build comb as quick as they can. Some of them, that's all they do, and they will build some of the oddest things. I mean, I want you to, gosh, I wish I could find her though, before I go start working on this. There you go. There's my mistake. Probably just squished her. Here's what I was trying to show. I don't know where this stick came from, obviously. And it was hanging on the side, so they decided to build on it. She was probably hanging on there, and I probably just squished her. That may be the end of this hive, who knows. I don't even know where this came from. Right now I don't see any dead bees. I'll have to work on that. I have no idea what just happened with that. That stinks. Well, that was fun. Did y'all get to see me screw up? There's a bunch over here on the ground. Maybe one of them's not the queen. Let's pull this back up. I'm gonna have to find her. Gosh, no my luck, I just killed her. Well, on a lighter note, I'd like to say hey to Pat and Annabeth, and I hope y'all sleep good tonight. Okay, I'm done with that. Now back to beekeeping. There's only about 2 people in this world that's going to know what that means. 3 maybe. Oh, I can't find her. Okay, let me set this down in here for a second. Having trouble getting it to sit down. Has it got something hanging on the bottom? No? Oh, shoot. I'll tell you what, I'm fixing to cut this video off to spare y'all. I'll be back in just a minute. All right, I'm turning this. As usual, I did find her. Well, I mean, as usual, she was on the last frame is what I meant. Not that I can always find them. She was on the last frame, so let me find her again, and I'm going to show you to her. She's huge, and her color is great. I've never seen one this color. She's really dark, so hold on just a minute. All right. Maybe you can see her. She's right there. She's almost as dark as a cockroach. Like I said in the earlier video, I hope this is getting her. I can't see. She's checking in cells. I think she's probably looking to see if she's laid an egg, and if she has, she's moving on. Oh, there you go. Look at her. She's laying an egg. See her? She stuck her tail down in there, tail in, laying an egg, and she's done. How cool is that? Gosh, I sure hope this video is on her. There's such a glare on the phone. Boy, she's huge, and she's there. You fishing? Okay, I'm going to have to stop this so I can get her in the hive. There she goes, laying again. Laying again. All right, she's gonna walk around, find something else, find another place. Another place. Okay, she may cross over to the other side, and if that's okay, I'm gonna stop video now. Whoop, sorry. All right, I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do with that piece that fell off. Somehow, it's a strip of wood, but I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. Let me set this down. What I've done is I came out here with a frame. I had frames with just foundation on them. I wish I'd had some empty ones. What I did is I went ahead, since that strip's about this section, I went ahead and cut off this part of the foundation that I already had in here. And I've got some rubber bands, and I'm going to pick up that piece, slide it right in here, and then just hold it together with rubber bands. So that way their resources are not wasted. So again, I'm going to pick that up, put it in here, slide these rubber bands down, hold it in place, and then I have not wasted the work they've done. So let me do that, and then I'll show you what it looks like. All right, here's what we've done. Instead of wasting their resources, these girls have done some hard work. And there was brood in this, and I didn't want to lose it. Let me see if I can get this in view. I can't see. There was brood in this, and I did not want to lose it. So I put it across there, put a couple of rubber bands to hold it into place. And you don't want to waste what they have worked on. So that's ready to go, not wasted. I'm going to put this down in the hive. Be right back. Found one more little section. Like I said, I don't like to waste their resources, so I went ahead and cut out another little section, put that in. I'm going to be honest with you, the angle of the comb is not perfect right here, but it had some capped brood, and I don't want to lose that, so I went ahead and put that in too. So this is how you would, if you got an extra comb that's drawn out and you don't want to waste it and you don't need to, you use those rubber bands. Some people will think, well, who wants rubber bands in there? What's amazing is after a while those rubber bands dry rot, and those bees will pull those rubber bands out. They're very meticulous cleaners of their house, and they will pull those out, and you'll see those rubber bands start coming out on the front porch in the next few weeks, and they just dump them out. So eventually, once they seal everything up and secure this comb into place, the rubber bands come out, and that's how you don't waste their resources. So let me get this box put all together, and we'll do one final little snippet. All right, I wanted to show you one other little tip that I actually learned. This is not my idea. I learned this from another video. I cannot remember. It's an older gentleman that did this. I learned it last year. A lot of people vent their tops, which I'd like to vent mine. I used to just put a stick in there or something like that. But he showed me how to use these political signs. You know, the signs that people put out on the side of the road when they're running for office. Well, when that race is over, grab a couple of those political signs. You just cut you out a little section of them, put them in each corner, and staple them down. And that gives it just enough ventilation that you know, you get a little, I wouldn't call it a breeze, but a ventilation, so the moisture don't build up in there, and that still gives it enough room that the bees can walk around in there. I thought that was a pretty good little hack that guy showed. Let me get this lid on, and then we're gonna finish up. All right, that's pretty much gonna conclude my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Maybe you learned something. When I put foundationless frames in there, what I've learned is I need to put some wires across there to reinforce it, so that way when they do build on there, it's a little bit more stronger. Because you got to see the accident I had with the dropping part of the comb. That was stupid, but a lesson learned on my part. But anyway, that's how you can save some of their resources, by rubber banding it in. I hope you enjoyed seeing the queen lay some eggs. I've got them all in that box right now. There's the stragglers still hanging out in the old trap, or hanging around. They will eventually make their way to the permanent hive now, and now they got plenty of room. I'm going to come right down in here on this and show you, and I think I've had another video of this before. You see these girls right here, maybe the sun lights it. They are doing that pheromone thing where they stick their rear ends up in the air and they spray that, or let that pheromone go off. That's pretty much just letting everybody else know. Let me hold this still. That's trying to let the others know, hey, she's in here, come on. We've moved to a new location, and so I can come back tomorrow, and the rest of those right there and in that trap will be all in this box, and I could be able to reuse the trap at that point. So anyway, they're all in there. Like I said, I'll leave that trap overnight. Come back tomorrow, all the bees will be in the permanent hive, and I guess that's hopefully another successful move from a swarm trap to a permanent hive. Hope you enjoyed it. Sorry it's long. I'm going to try to cut some of that out, or figure out how to do 2 times the speed so you don't have to watch all the crap that I did. But anyway, listen, I appreciate you watching. If you like it, share it. If you don't share it. And like I said, maybe you learned something from it. Ask a question if you got a question. If I don't know the answer, I'll find the answer. Appreciate you watching. About to do one more, just like I did that one. There's the one I just finished. I knew I'd already ended the video, but I'm gonna do one more. Basically the same setup. It's been in there a while, so I may end up having to do more work than I wanted to. If I get in here and there's anything really exciting, anything different from that one over there, I'll video it, but otherwise we're just gonna hope this one goes as planned. Once again, I appreciate you watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and And good luck beekeeping. All right, I got lucky in this one. I found the queen on the very first frame. Again, this is some of those foundationless frames, and that is just pure straight built comb with no foundation at all. I went ahead and found her. I got her in a queen catcher, queen clip, whatever you want to call it. Let me see if you can see her in there. I ain't gonna keep her out in the sun too long. There she is, there she is, there she is. So I'm just gonna go ahead and set her down in here, kind of get her out of my way so that way I don't have to worry about bumping her or hurting her or injuring her, and I can go ahead and work and get the rest of these bees moved over. So glad I found her right off the bat. Can get her out of the way, I can relax a little bit. Just thought I'd let you know, if you're moving stuff over, try to find that queen first. And at first I was apprehensive about using those queen catchers because I was always afraid I was going to squish them, but once you learn how to catch them, it makes it a lot easier. All right, maybe that's it for this video. All right, I promise this is the last time I'm going to show you something, but this next frame in this swarm trap, in all my years of beekeeping, which is 8 or 9 and only about 3 or 4 real serious beekeeping, I have never had a queen lay such a solid pattern of brood. This whole side of this, it almost looks like solid wood. So I'm gonna pull this up and show you real quick. I'm excited about this because this is the best I've ever seen. I'm sure some of y'all have had plenty just like this, if not better, but I have never had one this good. I've never seen one, and it's both sides. Watch me drop it. Just look at that. Let me see if I can get that in the frame. That whole thing, Lord, I hope that's in. That whole thing is nothing but solid brood. I've never had one that good. Granted, I didn't do it, so I can't take credit for it, but good gosh, I'm excited about that. And then this side, pretty much same thing. A few of them's hatched out, or she's had a couple of holes in it. But man. God, no, it is both sides. One more time. This side, solid brood. This side, solid brood. Just a couple little holes in there. I'm fired up about it. I'm fired up. Okay. Hey, that, once again, swarm trapping. Ask me how much I paid for that queen to do that. None. So, I mean, I agree, you got to buy bees sometimes, and you got to raise them and sell them, and I'm not trying to stomp it up. And someday maybe I will start selling bees, but right now, if I can keep doing this right here and not having to pay for it, I'm going to. Not knocking selling and buying bees, because I will do it eventually. But anyway, just thought I'd show you that. So in conclusion, I'm finished now. I've put both swarms from the traps in their permanent hives. Did that one, and I've done that one, and I went ahead and just set both the traps on top. That's usually what I do for the night, because there's still stragglers that are hanging out in the trap. I guarantee I can come back tomorrow afternoon, and the traps will be empty and all the bees will be in their permanent hives. Then I'll remove the traps, rebait them, and reuse them. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you learned something, great. If you just enjoyed watching it, great. If you really enjoyed me dropping that piece earlier, that stunk. But anyway, we took care of it. One last time, thank you for watching.